Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Noob. Today I have Liana with me.
Hello. I'm wearing my
And
I'm wearing my Galactus shirt. You can't see it from my name
yeah,
though.
you can't see what the name's on it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
my Marvel Zombies Fantastic Four Galactus shirt. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah.
hmm And today we're going over Darkseid versus Galactus, The Hunger, which is kind of
Yes.
fitting since for my 100th, I did John Byrne's Batman, Captain America, and Superman Batman Generations all in one. So this feels like a good companion to that.
Yeah, and I love the Jack Kirby stuff. I
hmm
love Galactus. I love Apokolips. It's
Yep.
right in my wheelhouse. And then John Byrne, the
Yep.
She-Hulk guy.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
The guy could be
And
a dick, but he's a good writer for the most part.
yeah, I'm at the point where if somebody's a big asshole but doesn't put it in my face and is a good writer, I'm good with that,
That's
as
exactly what I
opposed to
do.
somebody not knowing what they're doing.
That's what
Right?
I always do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I always say, and unless they can make it personal for me, I don't cut the. They do something really abhorrent.
Yeah.
I don't cut them. I don't stop reading, enjoying their work.
Yeah, like I don't defend Eddie Berganza, right?
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
he was the editor. You can't
right.
drop his nose.
Yeah, it's not fair to the
The books he
creators.
wrote,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's not fair to the creators on Superman to hold that against them.
I would
But
more say
yeah.
someone like Gerard Jones.
Whoa, yeah, forgot that one. Memory hold that one.
Unfortunately, that would mean his Green Lantern stuff you'd have to pigeonhole.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
True.
there there are
Or his
there
Justice
are
League.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to make their own decisions, right? There's
Right.
that whole, Kirby was a phenomenal artist. He
hmm
was a Oh, I don't know. He was a big personality, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
But
a lot of those
I've
guys.
got to say, one thing I understand is he was a little full, and quite a bit full of himself too, but he didn't show it as much as, say, Stan or others.
I don't know. He was very. It was a product of environment and
Oh,
upbringing as
yeah.
much as
Oh, yeah.
anything. Growing up where he did, you needed to be tough,
Yeah.
right? And I think he was one of those.
He was from Brooklyn or the
That's
Bronx,
right.
one of the two.
That's right. And it was. I mean, I can relate to this, that he didn't pivot to the nicey niceties of corporate art terribly well. But
Right.
I mean, he just, that big chunky,
hmm
walls of meat style
Yep.
that comics is
The
so.
wrinkly face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just something about his art, his use of blacks, the way he lays out a page. He can make the most complicated stuff. I mean, this is a complicated cover, right?
Yep. Oh,
But
let's go to the full cover.
yeah, you can still
Yeah, but this is
follow it.
Burn, but of course, this is Burn aping him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's, the Kirby style. Everybody who draws comics at some point wants to
Yep.
get some of that Kirby
I've
magic.
noticed the modern artists who get closest are Byrne, Simonson. That's for the older modern. But as far as current modern, like another all one modern, Keith Giffen, but also Scott Collins, I think really gets it. And I gotta say, John Romita Jr. does capture Kirby very well when he does it.
John Romita Jr. gets a lot of crap. He's
Mm-hmm.
a perfectly good artist.
He is.
And I'm thinking of a few other people who do have some Kirby in in their art styles, but
Collins is a big one.
they are controversial, and I will not invoke their names.
Right. But like I said, Scott Collins is a big
Hmm.
one.
Hmm. But I mean, yeah, these characters continuing through. The thing is, they're silly,
Oh
and
yeah.
these
I mean,
DC
look
Marvel
at Galactus.
crossovers.
Pink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean,
It's pink.
also now we might get crossovers like this because James Gunn at
Mm,
DC films might not suck anymore. I'm hoping. I'm
here's
hoping. I'm
hoping.
hoping.
Here's
Yeah.
the other big thing. First of all, this was actually dedicated in memory of Jack Kirby, funny
Mm-hmm,
enough. But
mm-hmm.
then with special thanks to Mark Galactus McFinn, who one day said to me, Galactus tries to eat Apokolips. He said that to both Byrne and Perez, rest in peace. And you know
Yeah.
what they both said? They looked at each other and went, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, why didn't they think of
And
that?
they tracked this guy down to get his permission to do this.
Hmm.
Because, basically he just solicited a great idea they wanted to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tip the hat, respect. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I mean, they didn't have to, but they did because it's like, this is too brilliant of an idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the hunger. And we basically open up with New Genesis and Apokolips, getting a nice summary of them always being at war with each other.
This is so 90s.
It is.
This is so 90s art. Oh my God, look at that. Okay.
It is. But yeah, I just like how he gets a good summary of everything, but he also knows he only has 50 pages to tell this story, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yep. And the source tells them you must hide the world, which
Yeah,
they don't question.
This is like 90s throwing back to the 80s as
Mhm.
opposed to the 90s spec market look, which
Ugh.
I enjoy. I like the vaguely
Definitely.
retro look. Yeah.
Oh, look at
There's the
Darkseid
man.
there.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I just realized another great artist who can really capture Kirby, John Bogdanov.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember him doing stuff on Superman. He really captured Darkseid, especially.
That's good cross hatching on
Yep,
the inks there. Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, then it appears for a moment that New Genesis just exploded, set on fire.
No,
Design falls for it. I love that.
this is pre-digital coloring, so that took a long time.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Like I said though, the fact that Desaad falls for it, but Darkseid is like, no, look again, and tell me what you see out in the void. And what ends up happening? The Silver Surfer.
Here we go. Dun.
That's the other thing I like Byrne said. He said he didn't want the Fantastic Four, so this is set long before they came to Earth. So he's still the loyal herald.
Yeah.
Because he said, I don't want the Four. They'll dominate the book.
Right. No, he's right. And he back then they understood don't throw too many characters at your story.
Exactly.
Hint. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, he's looking around because they were coming for New Genesis, but all they're getting is Apokolips. So he feels like, well, this is the world, and the only world here. And he deals with the parademons. And yet they don't stand a chance.
I have a soft spot for the parademons, and I have no idea why.
Could it be from the one from Gail Simone wrote?
Well, I love that she put parademon in that book. Is that Secret Six? I think it was.
That was either that or that was the Villains United.
Yeah, but I liked parademons before that, and it was a good use of the parademons. So
Definitely.
yeah. There's just
one that actually gains sentience on its own.
Yeah,
they're just mindless.
I mean,
these are the perfect cannon fodders.
That yellow and green are one of those comic colors that just pop as well. It's that particular shade of green that just works so well in the printing process of the time.
Yep, I love it though. How Desaad feels like let the parademons deal with it, but the Darkseid is basically like, I think it's time to put this charade to an end. In other words, he's going to reveal himself, and there's more at stake here than your loss of stimulation, Desaad. So much more. The cold hand of Darkseid moves across the face. Oh, that's a description of it.
See, descriptions weren't overdone back then. They had their place. Okay.
I say blame Frank Miller for that with his purple prose.
Well, and Chris Claremont.
And Claremont too,
yeah.
But eventually Silver's starting to get overwhelmed, so he sends the signal for Galactus. And again, New Genesis is keeping an eye on things. Since they're invisible, no one is seeing them. But sure enough, oh, there's the Watcher.
I love the Watcher. I love the Watcher. Can you see my Watcher? He's right back there.
Hold on. Yep.
You can see him? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And, oh, look at that.
The man. The man. That is awesome.
My herald has found another world to briefly satiate my all-consuming hunger.
Like, it's just such a stupid character, but I love it.
I know. And in fact, Byrne's the one who made him
too.
and Doom more sympathetic.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 90s. Everything was...
Well, theirs wasn't the 8. Well, for him, it was from his 80s.
Yeah, but this book was 95?
Ish.
I think. Yeah, I mean, the 90s were the era of badass guys in no pants. So.
Yep. And, oh, look at that. All the people of Apokolips.
Yeah.
Yep, I mean, and sure. Yep.
This is awesome. I mean, this took a long time to do these pages. This was a
You.
labor of love.
Yep. You
Yeah.
knew this creature was coming. How? And why did you do nothing to shield Apokolips from his sight? Have a care, Darkseid. Fear has made you bold. If you dare question me, powerful this new intruder may believe himself to be, and powerful he may well be, but on this world he will find his matches met. Oh, and just look at that. Galactus just tanks it all.
Yep, Galactus.
And he just starts putting up his ship and his the device to consume the planet, everything. Very well. Where one assault does not succeed, another surely will. And somehow he makes these giant mechs show up just by sheer force of will.
Just because. Didn't need an explanation in the 90s. I miss that.
Yep, and oh, look at that.
Jeez. It's a Marvel kaiju fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the surfer, gets away from the parademons and helps his master out.
That's a pretty masterful page, the way it's almost overdone, but they use the Silver Surfer to break up all that complicated black ink.
Because of his coloring.
Yeah. That's a well done page.
But soon, though, Orion feels like this isn't right. This isn't fair. Just to sit by and do nothing.
So Orion.
Yep.
So Orion. Yeah.
Yep. So he heads on out there and fight the Silver Surfer. And yeah, just wow. And I hate to say it, also, even Orion doesn't stand a chance against the Surfer.
No, I mean, Surfer.
Well, he's a brute. He doesn't really have all that power.
Yeah.
He has a lot of durability, but not power.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just fight it out. And of course, Darkseid finds humor on all this. Because he's realizing what's going, and he knows stuff about the Surfer. So we get a little summary about the Surfer's history. Because of course Darkseid knows. Of course he knows, right?
Right. Sorry, I'm looking at the art.
Yep.
There's so many influences in this book. There's some Ditko layouts. There's, some old school 70s comic influence. It's a real mix of stuff, but it works. Yeah.
But yeah, Surfer lays down and blasts Orion, and then Darkseid puts a helmet on him that reminds him of who he is. But yeah, so but Orion is dying after the pounding he went through, and it needs the mother box to do it. But the mother box won't do any good if the Black Racer shows up, which it does. And I'm sorry, I just realized this was perfect. The Surfer and surfboard and skis.
See, in modern comics, this would be a big 2-page centerfold splash type thing. But
Byrne knew we only have so many pages.
That's right, and he made it work. The storytelling was so much tighter, and every time I go back, I'm reminded, wow, they did a lot in stories. I mean, okay, they didn't try to do as much, so they could do more, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so Surfer actually confronts the Black Racer. But again, like I said, surfboard versus skis.
It's just so stupid, right?
And both of these were Kirby creations.
Yeah.
Why give him a Jack? Why give him a surfboard? Because I'm sick of throwing spaceships.
That's right. Like when I was 17, this was cool, and I didn't care why. Yep.
But then all the memories start coming back, and he starts to attack Galactus.
Yeah.
Of course, Galactus
want to do. Yeah.
Yep. But this is not like but Galactus is not as weakened yet as he would be against dealing with the Four.
Yeah.
So here he just simply rewipes his mind, and then we get Darkseid using his Omega beams on him, and nothing. Again, Galactus is a tank. And yeah, like I said, he wipes his mind, Silver Surfer's mind again.
I was so bad for Silver Surfer. It was such a loop.
Yeah, but you knew this was destined.
Yeah.
And Orion actually helps Darkseid because he feels like the only one who can stop him is me.
Yeah. You notice how rocks landing on people in comics indicates sadness?
It does.
Just sort of a shorthand. It's that Spider-Man right?
Yeah.
What is it? Spider-Man 8? It like that. A
Yeah.
rock landing on somebody means sadness. Yeah.
Yep. But
Oh,
yes,
that's
the
gonna.
machine is
Oh, look at
finished.
that! I
Now
want that
let
in a
Galactus
T-shirt.
feed. Eh,
Yeah.
the energy does not flow. My hunger remains unsatiated. There is
Mm-hmm.
no life energy in this planet. No, there not such as there was become and was became a part of New Genesis when the old first world was sundered, or has been at last consumed by the fire fury of the fire pits. But you fought me. You sent hundreds of your creatures to their death standing against me. Why? Why? Look into my eyes, Galactus. Look deep as only you can look. Do you not see in the shriveled thing that dwells at the center of my being a shadowed mirror of your own tortured soul? You do what you do because you must, because there is a place and purpose for you, and you cannot deny it. So too must Darkseid do what he must do. We fancy ourselves the masters, Galactus, but we are not. Yes, we are the prisoners of our own natures. You fought to preserve this world for no greater reason than it is yours. Yes, now leave my world, Star God. There is nothing for you here. There's
I
nothing here
see.
for you.
I love this about 90s comics, right? The
Mhm.
motivations were so simple. I do because I am. No Malthusian paradox.
He's not
No,
some higher than.
yes,
He's not some above and higher than above
yeah,
God that Morrison would claim he was.
yeah. It's we do it because we do it because this is our role. Shit blew up. I love it.
And technically, Darkseid did win. He wasted all of Galactus's energy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Think about Galactus wasted so much in that pounding and then gained nothing.
yeah, but he gained nothing, but Darkseid has nothing. Now we're getting deep. We just said there's nothing much deep about this, but it's so simple that you can
Yeah,
read
well, but
stuff in, right?
Darkseid wasn't going to lose Apokolips. He
But
wasn't
what's
going to
there to
lose.
lose? It's a dead world.
Exactly.
That's the
That's
tragedy
the
of
thing, though. But
Darkseid.
Galactus can then continue. Darkseid can continue on his plans unabated.
But Galactus just goes and noms another planet. I mean, advantage Galactus.
True, but he's even a weaker state. No, that's in a weaker state, so that means chances are the next planet won't be enough.
Well, it's never enough. He's got an insatiable hunger.
True, but I still
Yeah.
say by the end of this, since Darkseid didn't lose much and Galactus lost his energy.
This is like Elon Musk buying Twitter, right? It's a dead world and he's gonna move on.
No, but I'm just saying, as far as who won, but it's a tie. But let's be honest,
It
in the
always
end, when it's this close of a tie,
yeah.
you take what consider the victories you can.
These
And in that regard,
crossovers were always ties because Marvel and DC wouldn't let the other guy win.
well, that definitely.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair,
I love
Spider-Man, technically, in the very first one, technically Spidey lost.
Yeah, but Spidey can win and lose at the same time.
He only won
he's
because he
Spidey.
got hit by a red sun
Yeah.
ray.
I just noticed the complete lack of strategic butt covering on Darkseid here. Like again, the 90s was the era of
Oh, geez,
badass.
you can actually
no
see
pants.
the
You
curve.
see his butt crack. Like
You
it's
see
where
the
the
curve
dark
of his-
side don't shine, right? Like
It's
the
the
90s.
dark side.
The 90s were the era of badasses with no pants, and I was there for it. But like it was fun, but it said something, and like we had different interpretations of the ending, and I miss this simplicity.
I miss this too.
I
And
really like the
Jeanette
lack
Kahn
of,
really was able to get things going on this.
yeah, I know everybody complains about decompressed storytelling, and storytelling was already starting to decompress somewhat in the 90s, but you got things like this, the one shots that gave us a story in X page. What was it, 28 pages at that
This was
time?
50 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
this was around 52 pages ish.
Yeah, but that's the equivalent of 2 issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't the 4 to 6 that we get now. It's like they told a story.
JLA Avengers, it was the last crossover, but it was truly the last classic story. It took 4 issues because it knew this was an event.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of these one-shots now get pushed to digital only. And there's some really good digital only comics, but yeah, they're digital only and they don't get the hype. But not, I mean, you know, the 90s, it's most known for the spec market.
Yeah,
But there was still some good stuff in the 90s.
definitely.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, uh, you
Good
know,
story.
yep.
Good.
But yeah,
Yay. And
again,
then this is why I say, like, I don't get upset if I don't like something modern. I just go back and read the old stuff because there's
right,
so much to
exactly,
discover. You know,
exactly. Now,
Marvel the 70s through the 90s. Well, it started to get stupid in the 90s with like, and people will be mad at me, but like the Feral Wolverine saga and all that stuff. But
yeah,
there was
yeah,
some
that was,
good
you mean
stories.
after Fatal Attraction?
Yeah, and I mean that was just when DC was getting really good again.
Oh yeah, that's the thing people keep
So
forgetting. It's
yeah,
like Marvel, unfortunately, was being withered away, and DC
yeah.
was reaching a creative spike that they haven't seen in ages.
Yeah, well, Marvel got bogged down in symbiotes because they wanted those variant covers.
All because of who bought them and wanted to make,
Yeah.
ironically enough, wanted to make Marvel a mini Disney before Disney ever came into the picture.
Well, they really exploited the collectible card market, which I
Yep,
admit was
the
part of the
speculators.
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was part of the reason I got into Marvel at the time. It's funny because I went Marvel DC, um, and I think you almost have to do that because the stories
hmm,
start repeating. Well, they used to repeat every 3 years. Now it seems they
right.
repeat every 18 months. But yeah,
Unfortunately, although I will
yeah.
say DC is better with their stories, if you ask me lately. Marvel
Well, okay, that's
Marvel's been
not
doing
saying
event
much.
after event that amount to nothing.
Yeah, Marvel. I'm trying to think of the last Marvel book I thought was. It was
I mean, the only thing good is
probably.
the throwbacks mini they've been doing lately.
Yeah, it was the last Marvel arc I really enjoyed was probably when Hercules took over for, was it Thor or the Hulk? I don't
Hulk.
remember. Hulk. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
really
whoa,
funny
wait, that
run.
was Greg Pak's
Yeah. Yeah.
era.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would say
yeah.
it's that, and that's around my time too, because I think the last great Marvel run I got. Now, this would include Secret Warriors when Hickman was doing it, but it was Greg Pak, Jeff Loeb, and Jeff Parker's Hulk stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
from
Yeah, World War
from
Hulk.
Planet Hulk all the
All
way
the
to
way to
Red
world.
She-Hulk.
Yeah. And that's what we're getting in MCU
Yeah,
now, so they
I
know
hope
it's good.
so.
Oh, well, I mean, they're setting it all up,
Oh yeah,
right?
especially since they're going to get the rights back. Apparently,
Well, if they don't get the rights back, I don't know what they're gonna do
I don't know either.
because they've got Tad Ross now, they've
Hmm.
got She-Hulk, they've got Scar, they're
Well, you
like
mean they have a new Ross? So
right, yeah, that's
uh,
well, isn't the one
Harrison
of
Ford, it's
the
the other actor passed away.
yeah, but it's the same character as the Norton film.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
we already saw him, and he was in Civil War. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was brief, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
in
But
there. But they had
great.
to replace the actor.
Yeah. Great casting.
Oh
Great
yeah,
casting.
Harrison would be great. Now, granted, I would have liked them to bring back Sam Elliott from the Ang Lee Hulk, but I think they probably realized he's getting up there in age too more than Harrison.
I also think Marvel is somewhat avoiding anybody with a tendency to shoot their mouth off
True,
about
and
things.
Harrison we know would not do that as well. He might get himself in a plane crash, but
Yeah, I mean Harrison Ford doesn't use enough words in interviews to say anything
oh yeah,
terribly
if people saying, "What do you think about if Indy met Ross?" I don't
offensive.
care.
Yeah, Harrison Ford has less dialogue than video game
Yeah,
Geralt
he
of
would just
Rivia,
simply say,
right?
"I don't care."
Yeah, that's he's not gonna get
Yeah.
in
Oh,
trouble.
I say one quick thing before we wrap up.
Yeah.
I still remember when he was on Conan O'Brien, and Conan said, "You were in a holiday special, right? The Star
Mhm.
Wars holiday special." Like, I don't know. I don't.
Yep.
I was,
Yep.
but it doesn't exist. Well, we
Punch.
have a clip. He grabs Conan like, like, yo, don't you don't dare show it, kind of a look. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
just seeing him get mad like that, like, don't you dare.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is
And I'm
Harrison
pretty sure that was
Ford.
staged. That had to
Oh,
have been staged.
course. Of
There's no way in
course
hell
it
that you would have
was.
had him grab Conan like that
No.
on a lark.
No. That was definitely staged. But
Right.
yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
yeah,
anyway,
looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
yep. But yeah, so thank you for being on this one. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you all on the next one. Take care.